you ready for a change?
I am talking to you.
Then get ready to explore the quantum possibilities. It's time to transform that outdated paradigm into something universal and new. Time to uncover the truth hidden beneath the veil of lies. A time to think outside the box as we link to a higher consciousness. Welcome to the awakening. And now the hosts of Broadcast Team Alpha, Nori Love and Augie Nost.
Hello. I wonder... Nope, Nori is muted. How about that? All right.
And I just had the best opening. Let me start over. Hello, morphic field, magnificent manifestors. How are you tonight? I had to put the microphone on mute because I have two dogs that think that the cookie that I'm about to eat is theirs. So we had a little squabble going on. So it's so good to be here with you guys again. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for your presence tonight. We had such a great conversation last night, and I see Rob. Rob is back. Yay, we missed you. And I just want to really thank you guys for the donations and for hitting I see that there's a new PayPal button here. So there are new ways to make that happen. And we're always so grateful when you do that. And, times are odd. So we're especially grateful because I know it's not easy for everybody. So thank you. And, you can connect with us at broadcastteamalpha.com. And if you want to take a peek back into the old days, we do have a bunch of interviews and, video style interviews from pretty interesting people on our YouTube channel, same name. So thanks for being here. We have a magnificent guest going with the M's tonight. And I don't really want to delay another minute, Augie. So let's talk about our guest and welcome her again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have Celestine Star with us again. She is returning to Broadcast Team Alpha. And she's been on, I think, 2 or 3 times before. And, of course, I've introduced her then too. But for the ones that has never heard her talk before, I want to say a few things. She is the founder and director of Galactic Earth Council, and an emissary for ultra-terrestrial beings coming here to Earth to help mankind for the last 40 years or so. And she's a counselor to groups and individuals who want to learn more about the spiritual worlds. And she is in contact with alien and spiritual entities who teaches her how to help in the upcoming consciousness shift. And there will be a reintegration. And that is one of the things that maybe we could touch on also, because this is a lot of people wondering what is going to happen after it becomes common knowledge that, yes, we are not alone. So I want to say welcome to the show again, Celestine.
Oh, welcome. Yes.
Thank you so much, Nori, and I love you both. And
love you too.
I love the whole team, let's just say.
Yeah.
Excited to be here. Yes.
So who hit the fast forward button? I mean, what the heck?
My goodness. It's better than a roller coaster ride because it just keeps going and going. And
well, we're tracking on the same wavelength here because I was thinking, do you remember that ride called Tilt-A-Wheel?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean, guaranteed to give you a headache or make you throw up. Right? That's kind of what this feels like some days. So
yes, you just want to, put on the brakes, let everybody off the ride for a minute, so we can we're sailing on through, and it's really interesting. If I could just share a little bit,
please.
Yeah, please.
So we passed through the gateway 1111, and I know, Augie, you love to talk about numerology, but I'm just going to speak in the sense of what I was told by Tanandor, who is of the High Spiritual Council. And what he spoke about was the March 21st to September 21st, so those are the equinox, right? So fall there was a determination by every human on Earth. Everybody felt it. We had to make a decision. Are we driving off the cliff? Is the world going to die? Is everybody going to be inoculated and the whole financial thing collapse? Or are we going to be going upwards towards a better, unified humanity and have awakened consciousness so that we could be delivered into the hands of the galactic community, the higher intelligence that will help us resolve many of the issues that are happening here on the planet right now. Mm-hmm. So all of that was determined, after September, and we're moving now towards the gateway. We went through the gateless gate of November 11th, 2020. So imagine that it's been determined. So we have this election that semi-reflects what everybody is thinking, and people are still sorting themselves through, whatever is in your mind, whatever, because as Tanador says, 1111 is the mirroring. So we are the people of the mirror. We look in the black box and they give us some numbers and people actually fall asleep. There is things happening, but maybe they're exaggerating those numbers. Maybe it's not happening in your local area. Maybe they're different, So we have to begin to awaken to discerning wisdom. I'm told that the era of deception is coming to a close.
Thank God.
I am so excited about that. So
Me too.
Turn it back over to you on that one.
Well, that feels so, so hopeful because, I think we all have moments where with the lack of information, we wonder what really is going to happen. So that sounds so hopeful. And I guess, this is just the final contrast, right, to help us choose, that higher, the higher frequencies and the higher timeline and all of those wonderful things that you just talked about. And I think one of the questions that I have is, when is this going to finally happen? I mean, it feels like it's taking forever.
Yeah, I keep asking the question myself. It feels like 2021, the early part of 2021, the shift would have already been made. It's already happened, but it takes time for it to manifest. So we have to believe, So when I look at the two choices that we had, basically the two main big choices in America, either one, take a pick,
Yes.
They're both the same, coming from the same lineages. And there's so much, I want to say clearly, corruption within the formulation of the politics. They live in a world of their own. And so I tell people, just stay in your lane. Just your life, you're okay, your body's here, you're strong, keep your immune system up. You live in a place of freedom of self. And so that could never be taken, right? So just envisioning what is it that you need in your life? Because that's more important. What do you need to manifest in your life right now? And see it clearly as already happening.
Yes.
And what do
I've heard some people say also that when half of the population on Earth has reached a point where they want something spiritually better, then it will happen. Do you feel like something like that? Maybe there is a majority that now have made that decision, or do you think it's other considerations that is leading us?
I truly believe that we have chosen the higher path. Mm-hmm. And there is so much influential energy coming in. We have gamma rays, which are higher frequency. We have people awakening to the consciousness. We're seeing more people really caring about each other. You see it on the television where they're showing people, singing from their balconies around the world, caring for, that kind of, taking care of each other. It stimulates a higher compassionate mind. And I truly believe that this time we've turned the corner, gone through the eye of the needle, as they say, and we're heading upwards. But we have, the little boys in the playground that, just don't want to give up their toys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's some science behind this, actually, especially that we are racing to a higher vibration, because if you look at the Schumann resonance, it's been 7.8 for millions of years.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have spikes to over 100.
That's right. That's what's telling us. And from my working with the ultra-terrestrials, they tell us that the third dimension is done, because the 7.3 represented that third dimension, and we haven't seen it in a while. It's spiked all the way up to 300, and it's still fluctuating. But what it's done is it's pushed us into a dimensional field that's very, very close to those that we would say in the fifth, sixth, and seventh dimension, or what you would say is our neighbors, our galactic neighbors. We can see them. They could see us. The veil is very, very thin now. So I'm really excited that people will finally be able to see what I see.
Mm-hmm. Is that why there seems to be a proliferation of people, opening up to channeling? Like, all of a sudden, everybody seems to be channeling.
Yes. The dreams are more intense. The teachers are coming in to prepare through dream state. The reintegration of humanity with the star people is happening now. And whether we go off the cliff or not, the presence of that is happening. And so I'm here to represent that, and that's the exciting part of my life. I finally have come into the blossom of who I am and why all the things that I've done brought me here. But I am seeing, literally, I am in front of divinity. People to me, and they're getting their what they call galactic origins, which was given to me by the High Spiritual Council to work with people to understand, when was the first time you came to Earth? Why are you here? What is your contracts? Did you come in a starship through a wormhole? And believe it or not, people are getting it and realizing it and awakening. And as we go back to where they came from before they came to Earth, many people are awakening to their luminous self and into the divinity. So
I love that. And I have a core group of really close friends, girlfriends. We call ourselves the Yaya Sisters, and we all began talking separately about how I can't wait to go to sleep at night, because whatever is happening, I feel like I'm meeting with people when I go to sleep. People is in air quotes, and I don't really know them, but I'm getting to know them, and it is so satisfying. And then independently, my Yaya sisters reported having the same experience. So are we being, worked with at night, or what's going on?
Nothing happens without permission.
Of course.
So we want to just lay that as the foundation. But if you have a yearning in your heart to connect with higher intelligence, then yes, that would be happening. Maybe your ancestors are coming to see you. A lot of the ancestors, because you see the veil is thin.
Yes.
So some people, I had one, she had her grandmother come. She didn't quite know who it was, so we went through the process, this little, reliving the experience, and she recognized it was a grandmother who had come. So, if you're having, yes, the answer, I would just say very swiftly and surely that, yes, people are being awakened, people are being guided, people are channeling, because the gamma rays affect on the cerebral cortex. And we have the two hemispheres are now activated, and the left hemisphere is with reasoning and such. The right one is activating more, and so you're getting clairaudience, clairvoyance, sentience. We're actually formulating the third brain down the center. It's becoming one. I had it happen when I was doing the Lumitron photonic light in the eyes, because you have the crossover, right?
Mhm.
If you did enough of this light patterning in the eyes and get enough photonic light, you suddenly have what they call the marching ants, and it's showing you that both sides of your brain hemisphere are now activating and working together. So I think that that's what's happening. We're actually formulating new brains and new pathways. I'm so excited.
That is exciting. That is exciting. That's so interesting, Celestine, because during a lot of my guided imagery meditations, I don't for several months now, I have been working with the light, just guiding the visualization of light, brighter on one side of the brain, less bright, flickering on and off, and then harmonizing, and even harmonizing through the center. And, I'm an Aquarian with Aquarius rising. So I don't know why I do these things. I just know that I'm supposed to. And it's conversations like this that give me a little bit of, confirmation as to why it's happening, and that it's actually therapeutic, in air quotes.
I think this is very wonderful to hear that you're taking note, becoming aware of what's going on with you in that way. Yes, I would definitely say the lighting up of the mind can give you some knowledge of what's going on in the body. I mean, if you could imagine, as Augie said, you said, it hits up to 300, in the Sherman, 300 hertz in the Schumann resonance, your brain is going to be affected.
Seriously.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And Aquarius is, to me, with Neptune as the ruling there, Neptune planet, would be as deep as the sea, as high as the sky. It's unfathomable. We cannot imagine. The remote viewers can only see the unified field. They don't know what's coming. We are forming our own creation right now. We are learning how to steward Earth. And that makes it very powerful. We, the people, that's what that's about. It's stepping out and seeing our rights and seeing different things coming to manifestation. But if we do it in a way that is, I try to pull people back from that activist, because it's just confrontation, If we can bring the leaders for us to speak on behalf of the people, makes it easy.
I think we're going through some form of a process. And the confusing part is that we haven't done this process before. So it's hard to understand. But I'm wondering, we go around the great circles of the galaxy every 26,000, some 400 years or so. Then, we go through this particular spot in space where we have this spike of energy coming out. And do you think this is automatic, or is it something that is initiated by us, by the common mind of mankind? Or do you think maybe this is not, we can't even maybe avoid it if we wanted to? It's that automatic. What do you think about that?
We are moving, from what I understand. What do I think? I think I feel more than I think about it. I feel that we are in the embodiment of a great intelligence. That is the center of my understanding, because of my near-death experience, and I did enter the Godhead. So I could tell you that there is an intelligence that you would be smaller than even an atom, but you would have an awareness of the vastness of creation. Now take that and bring it into this dimension. And what I know is that everything that I see, everything that we are seeing is an expression of what the the Great One, the Radiant One, is going through or has gone through. I could take your life and we could look at that. And we could say, okay, whatever is going on in your life, Agi, that is an expression of the Creator. You are an expression of that. You have a function and a quality. And I help people to understand that. So let's look at what's happening on Earth. We're ready for the next transformation. We go back to, I wanted to read out of the book, the Galactic Earth Council, where in the beginning, the intelligences from all over the galaxies all worked together. They worked together. And then we moved into a sector of time and space, and that would mean larger than the Milky Way, engulfing star system Sirius, maybe, but it has its own vibration, which caused a reversal of consciousness within where we are in our local place of being. And the vibration was so strong, about 4 billion years ago, it actually broke apart the continents, put the Earth in a reverse mechanism, and caused the beings who were in the greening area, on Earth, to have to deal with this shift. So I feel that these are natural forces that are happening. The major part of it is that we've moved into a new sector of time and space. This new sector has more consciousness. It has a higher frequency. And also Earth has moved from the bottom of the Milky Way to the top of the Milky Way. And so this is what we've been shown by, I don't want to say it. Oh, don't make me say it. From our people, our NASA human. And we trusted whatever they're telling us. But anyway, so we're in a different magnetic field. Let's just say that. We know the Schumann. If we follow the Schumann resonance, you can't miss on that. And so if we're in, that's a major thing that's happening. Coming to the end of the industrial age, it's moving into kind of the space age.
Yes, the Jetsons.
We've done what we've seen, the factories and the corporations and the destructiveness of there's goodness and then there's the destructiveness. So we're sorting it out now. It feels like all of humanity is sorting out what is it that we need. And in doing so, we're manifesting the next leg of the journey. What happened in 1948 when they started setting off those atomic bombs, and they set off 10 of them, and they cracked open, and I saw it. I mean, I am a witness, and anybody who's witnessed this, they ripped a hole in the sky. And when they did that, they ended the shield. They ended a whole era for humanity and began the process where other consciousness, extraterrestrials, what you want to call aliens working with the government, whatever, we open the doorway for them to come in.
Okay, I tell you what, we got 15 seconds left to the break, and this leads to my next question, and that is the Earth's secret history. We are touching on it already. Let's go and take the break.
This is the Broadcast Team Alpha Show, hosted by Nori Love and Augie Nost. The one show that takes your doubts of the unknown and spins them into reality. Share your thoughts by calling our hotline number at 702-425-9230. That's 702-425-9230.
Call now.
Worldwide callers use Skype name KCOR Radio. More cutting-edge conversation and exploration of the quantum universe after this.
Gee, it's so quiet. Too quiet. Terribly quiet. Awfully quiet.
have an hour to kill? Well, crank up those EVPs, spirit boxes, and walk the haunted halls of the unknown with UK's very own paranormal investigator, David Cook.
You guys ready for this?
The Ghostly Hour, live Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern.
And now you're mine.
Come hear first-hand accounts of some of the most famous ghost sightings, photos, and videos from around the world. Skeptics, believers, and spirits both good and bad. Welcome. The Ghostly Hour, hosted by David Cook. Live every Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. Exclusively on the KCOR Digital Radio Network.
Immerse yourself in an epic journey through time where ancient mysteries unfold within a story of love and betrayal, as well as a battle of good versus evil in The Emissary Book 1. The reader's favorite Gold Medal Award winner for Visionary Fiction 2019, the action and adventure of The Emissary continues in The Emerald Tablet, Book 2. The 2019's Bronze Medal Award winner, The Emissary and The Emerald Tablet by Tamara Veach and Rennie DeFazio are both available now on Amazon.com. Let your reading adventure begin.
Great.
It's great. I think it's great.
The all-new KCOR Digital Radio Network.
Great.
Make a note of it.
It's great.
If ever a breed was affectionate to a fault, it's the Golden Retriever. They're people dogs, pure and simple. And the Golden Retriever Rescue of Southern Nevada needs your help. If you would like to volunteer, foster, adopt, or donate, go to the Golden Retriever Rescue of Southern Nevada's website at grrsn.org. That's grrsn.org. Or call 598-GOLD. That's 598-GOLD.
Going live.
Come explore the quantum possibilities. This is Broadcast Team Alpha.
Broadcast Team Alpha.
To be on the show live, call 702-425-9230. That's 702-425-9230. Worldwide callers use Skype name KCOR Radio. Share your thoughts of the show on Twitter at KCOR Radio, #KCOR. Or join the cutting edge conversation live in our chat room at KCORradio.com. Now back to Broadcast Team Alpha with your free thinking hosts, Nori Love and Augie Nast.
Well, yay, and welcome back, everybody. This is part of my favorite time here where I get to do a shout out in the chat room. Shouties. We have Z. Hi, Z. Yappy Daffy is here. Wave Rider. Shady D. She's an Aquarian as well. Rockstar58 is here. Rob, we missed you. Quantum 333 is here. Parked Cake. Nori Love is here. Naj is here. Lisa is here. Linda Gould. Hi, Linda. Kay is here. And Karen Nelson, hi Joe Marco, JC, Iowa Girl, haha, Gigi is here, Ashley, Ann is here, $1 worth, hello friend, the amazing, beautiful, rich and famous Tina Marie is here, and I know I missed a few other people, let me see, I said, yeah, Naj is here, Wave Rider, I actually began writing names down as you guys came in because I can't always scroll completely up. Ashley, did I say Ashley? I think so. Iowa Girl, Karen Nelson, just welcome everybody. Kay is here. So happy to have you here in your beautiful, radiant presence. And we're going to kind of pick up where we left off and continue this amazing conversation with Celestine. And if you have any comments or any questions, please just type them in the chat and we'll make sure that we answer them. So where are we going with this yummy conversation?
Well, we were taking on the break, just mentioning a little bit about Earth's secret history, and I guess there are several levels to that, or different aspects to it. And maybe Celestine could talk just a little bit about what her favorite understanding of what she understands the best. I just want to pick her brain a little bit on that. So wherever you want to go with it, Celestine, that will be good with me.
Yes, well, I'm going to take a breath and I'm going to tune into everyone that you said on the list, Nori, and everyone here. Let's just set an intention of what it is that you're asking. And I'm going to say, glory in the light of the radiant one. That is the secret mantra. Glory in the light of the radiant one. Because the radiant one is their... that unified intelligence that is within all the fabric of being. And so when you say that to each other, when you say it to what may seem like a plane flying by but is really a spacecraft, they will begin to give you light sequencing. That opens the doors for them to say, you understand that those are the higher realms, those that are not in reversed consciousness, connect with the radiant one. And for them to see, to connect with you, communicate with you, to be present with you, they need to know that you are ready. And saying that mantra opens the door. So we have the radiant one, and then there's the prima ultras. Mm-hmm. That would be the right hand of consciousness, not embodied nor desired to be embodied. Mm-hmm. They may be in the sound realms, they may be in the light realms, but you will not find them in the physical realm or lower dimensional fields. So you have what might be third to fourth. You have these dimensional fields, let's say the first to the fourth. The fourth dimension is actually time and color. It's very abstract. It's not even really a realm. It's a dimension. It's a state of being, let's just say. Then you have the fifth going up to fifth, sixth, seventh vibrational frequencies. And here you have beings that would be ultra-terrestrial, galactic. They live in a planetary system. Maybe they move through stargates, but they can exist in a realm that is very much of light, much lighter than where we are. You would see it as, if they were to walk through here, it would be somewhat ghost-like, But luminous beings, these are the ones we're catching in our camera. You see a man getting off. He literally steps through time on a freeway and walks in front of a car. It's like we see them in light form. So then we can go up to 8, 9, 10, and these are more angelic realms, illuminated beings. Then these beings more than likely would not come into a physical form. I for many years did trans-channeling with Meso, keeper of the books, and he was with the Seventh Council. He was of a being of a 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th dimension, and he did not have form. Many people channel beings, Metatron, these great beings. I had the opportunity of having the energy come into me from what I would say a God's force. It was so strong that literally I was moving boulders and doing kind of things like that.
Wow.
Have the higher realms, which you come in, the archangels, 11, there's that 11, and 12, all the way up to 15, then you really don't, you're in the God realms, you're kind of there with the prima ultras. So my connection, and I'm only going to give you my experiences through the prima ultras and the nature forces. And that's an important thing for most people to recognize, the nature forces. So those are the Holy Trinity, the radiant one, the prima ultras, the nature forces, which will be the elements, fire, water, earth, air, ether. And so you have this trinity that is throughout all time and space, and then you have the embodiment of it all. So everything is within the embodiment of that of the all. And so let's bring it into Earth. Let's come into our Sheshata. If we want to say the word, Sheshata means Milky Way. Sheshata. We are considered the children of the Sheshata. And our formulation of our solar system around the star that we have, all stars are binary. They talk about Jupiter being our twin star that hasn't exploded yet. We are also in a twin star configuration with star system Sirius. It doesn't move. We move around our system Sirius. And that's why it can control the waters of the Nile and all the waters on the earth and all our emotional bodies, but we're not aware. It hasn't really been focused into our being. So, Augie, that's a little secret history for you. But so when the early portions of the earth came through, there was galactic consciousness. And when I say that, I mean people from Lyra, Andromeda, they were the beginning ones, the ones that helped in the formulation of the earth from crystalline into matter.
From crystalline into, I didn't hear that last word.
Into matter.
Matter. Mm-hmm.
Into something that is formalized, right? Mm-hmm. And so billions of years, they went through. And as it becomes solidified, they never really came into the physical earth, as we call it here in this dimension, that we can sit in our chairs and click on our computers, They stayed in what they call the septicles. And these beings are still with us. They never left. And every now and then, for instance, for you, Nori, you may be getting in touch with some of these beings who are contacting you because you are a galactic being in an earthly body. They call it a biological unit.
Okay.
So in these times, from the very beginning until now, they never came into what they call the greening area. So our, where we mow the lawn and park our cars, take walks in the mountains, this is the greening area. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't, there was many periods in which it was open to enter this dimension for resources. Mm-hmm. And when it was determined to have a humanoid, because you have to take into account the Earth has a tone.
Yes.
All right. So we are a specific tone. So I'm just going to read you a little bit. And also, I want to just say this. This is for Augie, they're telling me.
Okay.
Understand frequency, because those that you see that are not of unified consciousness are working from reversed consciousness. It is a virtue for them to take, hold, control, harm, everything that you think of that's unified in reversed. The Galactics do not see them as evil, but rather understand that their consciousness has been reversed and can be, most of them, brought back to unity. If you put a child in a ghetto and they're left to their own demises, they will automatically, because of the lowness of an area or a frequency, they will reverse consciousness and begin the process of demanding, controlling, this is my territory, this is mine. You understand? So in order to bring illumination of where you are in communications, you are bringing a higher frequency of love and compassion. 144,000 beats per second is love. the highest healing in creation, right? Highest. So this is, so they're giving us now the quantum sciences to assist humanity in alleviating the reversed consciousness, indebtedness, karmic, you know, what do they call it? It's been embedded in the DNA. But it needs to be, you gather people, Augie, you gather people, and then you speak into it. And it touches their DNA, it touches that part of their heart and their being in every cell, and that sends them to discover and research and try to figure out how do I be a better person. So they want to acknowledge you on a very high level that you are a gateway keeper for a high vibrational frequency. Now, the radiance, the radionics people, the quantum people can destroy the COVID.
Yeah.
It's a frequency. So announcing and calling forth all the people in quantum radionics to turn on their devices and begin to break down the RNA of this. That's all it is RNA programming. Okay, can I read my thing now?
Please,
Yeah.
please.
We just gave you a little bit.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Earth reintegration revealed in the Galactic Earth Council, reintegration of Earthkin and Starkin. And I'm seeing where they want me to read. Your solar grouping is one of the many unified galactic intelligences that are integrated within your Sheshata. We of the High Spiritual Council have been given permission to offer this information to you as the reintegration of the Earthkin with your solar and Sheshata Milky Way has begun. Earth is reawakening to its galactic origin once again. Each human being is incarnated on your Earth as a galactic intelligence embodied in a biological unit. Okay, I'm going to go back down here. For billions of your Earth years, galactic intelligence have incarnated into biological Earth form, enabling them to live out their sourcial expression, purpose, and function in new areas of time and space, such as your Earth. Just going to jump through and just read little parts, okay? Galactic intelligence are specifically chosen to embody the newly formed Earth and biological units according to their innate quality and function. 12 original biological units, humanoid and sapien form, were chosen and created using entrainment of elemental particles, specific genetic vibrational frequencies, and electromagnetic polarizations. The radiant essence of each of these individual galactic intelligence was then placed in biological units with the purpose of stabilizing the information and the formation. Each newly formed Earth being incarnated into a form with a quality and function unique to its purpose. All original 12 signature galactic life forms, original 12 as they are called, were sexually androgynous in nature. This 12 became your prima Earthkin ancestors. So I'll leave it there.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so we have some very high beings that are working with us right now. And we know that there's a space program. Some of the people in our governments are working really hard to bring forth the space program to begin the process of being authentic about what's been happening. But you have the original Majestic 8, not 12, who are holding on to, all the trucks in the playground. So we just have to, we the people, hold those spaces and recognize that we are ready. It's glorious. We have to be strong. We're facing a very, integrated not adversary, but people who would keep humanity down, but evolution is too strong for that right now. So that's what I'd say.
Yeah. We have already won. It's just that linear time has not caught up with it yet, I think.
Yes, I agree.
I think it has been decided at a spiritual level that this will turn out good in the end. It's just now up to us to do what we need to do to help it happen.
Absolutely. We're told that we may go through another little dark night of the soul. It just depends on if everyone can just believe in the higher purpose.
Yeah.
You know, we are steering the ship right now.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Goddess.
Thank God, Goddess. Yes.
Yeah. And what do I have to say? We're in the cockpit.
We're in the cockpit. Everything that's in your heart, is the 11 and 11 was about recognizing the heart is the projector. And everything outside of us is just a reflection, and as we know, and to find peace from within and project from that place of peace outward.
That is the word that I was thinking of bringing up, because the word peace should be everywhere on our tongue, because we are going through stuff now that it may look like there is no peace out there, but there is in our mind if we decide it to be. And we are going through this, and we are going to get out of the what we're going through now. We're going to get to the other end. And when we get there, Celestine, what will it be like living in a world where we have higher consciousness, maybe to the point where we are telepathic? What in the world should we do with politicians if we are telepathic? Will there still be a place for them? I don't know. What would it be like?
They'll have to. That's for sure. Wow. Well, I don't know if we would even call it politics after that, because really, I think we have the potential of the unified mind. We have a sense of the hive mind in our families. And, the mother kind of says, okay, I know what you're up to, little Junior. You think you're going to, And so she's reading them. And so that is heightening the ability to read a person's two voices, and the ability to be telepathic is coming online. And I'm going to say once again, because I believe that the human genome was formulated to be telepathic. Often you hear about people, as myself, being contacted, and they immediately say, well, they talk to me telepathically.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So the ability is there. I often, when I'm working with my grandchildren and my children, I would talk to them telepathically, and they would turn around. I would just start talking to them in my mind, and they would automatically answer me or come over. I'd say, come over here, please. You could practice that with your children, because they're really open to these things, and so all I have to do is kind of look at them, and they know.
I love that.
Yeah, it's really fun to start.
So in keeping peace, right, or in being peace, how important is it for us to be aware of, when we drop into lower thought forms? And correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't pointing out where the other side, in air quotes, is wrong, isn't that not equivalent to peace? I mean, isn't that still part of the fight?
So I just want to say that that peace is a state of being. Mm-hmm. It's not so much the opposite. If we come out of the illusion world of the black box, out of the illusion of being in the living room with the computer, in the office, into the inner world, into the inner center, you will find peace.
That's beautiful.
And so will see. I will send you the actual transmission from Tanandor about this. He's very, very serious. He says humanity needs to find peace, and you're right there, Augie. Peace is found from within. So he mentioned that when you go inward and you're in that state of center core, from that place, if you then say, "I need this in my life," you're saying it from a place of non-struggle, a place of compassion. I need my community to understand something, to be something. You're coming from a place of love and compassion. And so what would happen then is from your heart, you would start projecting it, and you would start seeing it manifesting in the room, start seeing it manifesting in your community. So it's almost as if, when you put the sign up, people do not know how to access peace because they don't quite, there's so much struggle and tension and going on and doing and commercials and click, click, click that don't know how to get there. And the meditation is great. And, that's woo-woo. Well, I'm a busy man. I've got to get to the bank. Take a moment and go inward from a place of peace. And then your journey to the bank will be amazing.
That's true.
Really, really important. Really, really important. And, the Galactics can't stress it enough. It's important because it allows us to become one.
Yeah, that's important. I see now we only got 2 minutes left of the show, so please let people know where they can get a hold of you. Talk maybe where they can find your books and your website and where they can reach you.
Yes, well, you can reach me at CelestineStar.com. That's CelestineStar.com or GalacticEarthCouncil.com. There you'll find the book, The Galactic Earth Council, Reintegration of Earthkin and Starkin. You can get the book on Amazon. It's very easy. Chapter 11 is it. You can also sign up for your Galactic Origin sessions if you want to know more about who you are and how you came to Earth.
That sounds good.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much, Celestine. Thank you.
You're welcome, Nori.
Well, thank you very much for being with us. And next week, we'll be back again. See you then.
You've been listening to Broadcast Team Alpha.
Broadcast Team Alpha.
Hosted by Nori Love and Augie Nost. Every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on the KCOR Digital Radio Network. The balance of power is shifting to a new paradigm. Will you be ready? For more information on Broadcast Team Alpha, as well as the hosts, Nori Love and Augie Nost, please visit their website at broadcastteamalpha.com. Until next week, remember to keep those minds open while always exploring the endless quantum possibilities.
Broadcast Team Alpha. Over and out.
This is KCOR Las Vegas, home of the Digital Radio Network, broadcasting from a shack just south of Area 51.
Wait, that doesn't exist.
This is the KCOR